I'm not even fully throttled up and she just goes. This machine wants to work. It's like, don't park me. Let's go.
Who wants to go after that?
Wow. Good job, Sam.
Thank you, sir. V8, Tier 4. What's that? You think I should sell the SDLG, the sledge? And maybe look at something like a V8 or a V10? It's one of the two best machines to freaking grace a dirt pile. We're going elbows deep today, boys. If you know what elbows deep means, congratulations. It basically means you were raised on a farm. But we got an adventure today. Good morning, one and all. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and Yanmar is actually holding an event. It's the first event that I think they've ever held. Don't quote me on it. It's the first event I've ever been to. They did invite me. I came here just for you guys, simply because I want to find out what the scoop is with Yanmar. They're known in the industry for their engines. They're also known in other parts of the world for their equipment, but they're now having a larger presence in North America with their equipment. They've expanded their line of equipment. There's a lot going on with this company that I don't know about, and we're gonna try to go in and find out what all of that is. All right, guys, before we get elbows deep in today's video, I want to jump in here just to let you know this is not a paid or sponsored video in any way, shape, or form. I took 3 days of my own time to go out to Atlanta, Georgia, simply because Yanmar has a brand new line of compact equipment heading to North America, and I wanted to get the straight scoop on what we would be seeing.
We're the world's second manufacturer of compact excavators, so this is a position we're very proud of. And this is helped also by our global presence industrially. So you can see here the locations of our production facilities. So we have 4 plants within Yanmar Compact Equipment. The one in Grand Rapids, which some of you have already visited, I think in 2019 when there was a press event. I think I heard yesterday some of you were there. Then we have a factory in France, we have a plant in Germany, and then the biggest plant in the world for us is the one in Chicago in Japan.
Now this next slide tells the entire story to me. Yanmar's focus historically has been on reliability and making simple equipment that simply does not break.
So we are a company that is family owned, which is actually an advantage also when you speak and customers, because they're in the same situation.
Yanmar's a family-owned business that does $15 billion a year, and their focus. Their focus is on quality and reliability, and not so much high tech.
This is why we introduced in 2020 a new type.
Okay. Do you mind if I come up? Because I'm going to film the question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I have a question for you, Robert. Okay, so in one of the slides you presented, you said that Yanmar can extend a warranty for out to 7 years and 7,000 hours.
So that's a total with a base warranty and extended warranty. So yeah, for excavators, a total warranty period of up to 7 years, 7,000 hours. So for the track loaders, it'll be up to 5 years, 5,000 hours.
Okay, so you can add 3 different tiers of warranty onto any piece of Yanmar piece of equipment in North America. Is that correct?
Yanmar NASV, you can get up for compact equipment, you can get up to 3 years, 3,000 hours additional to the base warranty. So on our track loaders, we have a 2-year, 2,000 hours. So you can add 3-year, 3,000 hour. You can add comprehensive, which would basically mirror the base warranty. So you get full coverage for up to 5 years, 5,000 hours on track loaders, 7 years, 7,000 hours on excavators.
A follow-up question would be 100% of the compact CTL, compact track loaders that across the globe are made in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. So they're not made anywhere else. But if a guy was looking at an ASV or a Yanmar, they're both made in the same factory, based off the same frame, based off the same engine, what would be the biggest thing that you would tell a guy they should look for if they want to buy an ASV versus a Yanmar? How do they differentiate between that?
Yeah, it's a good question, and you're absolutely right. All the Yanmar and ASV CTLs are produced in the same factory. They go down the same assembly line. The biggest differentiators between the ASV and the Yanmar CTLs, and there's a lot of other small differences, is going to be the undercarriage. So the ASV really built its name and reputation with that posi track system, that polycord track that is on a suspended undercarriage, both with the axles and with the mid-rollers in some cases. And the Yanmar CTL is based more on that traditional CTL undercarriage using a steel embedded track system.
All right, guys, I'm going to do, before we get into the testing, I want to do a little walk around with Peter. You are the product manager for the CTLs in North America. This is not just an ASV painted red.
You're right. Absolutely. This product here was really a ground up design by the Yanmar team. So what you'll notice that sets this apart is that for our undercarriage system here, we have the common steel embed track system on a suspended axle undercarriage.
So we got to crawl underneath to see that, because this is important. And as we crawl, hold this camera for a quick second, Peter. The clearance underneath this machine's is insane. I mean, you could fall asleep under here and get some shade. Now, if you bring me this, when you say a suspended track system, I want to be very clear so I understand this. As I'm looking at this track system right here, you can see that it's suspended separately right here, meaning the entire track can then flotate, giving you better contact with the ground underneath instead of having high spots or low spots.
Exactly, yeah. On all 4 points of contact with the axle, they're independent from one another. So really what that does is it helps promote a smoother ride to the operator, as well as it helps promote less vibration entering the machine, and also maintains better ground contact with the track for better traction.
Other companies doing that?
Other companies do have a suspended undercarriage, a little bit different design. Most of them, it's an option. We have it standard.
Standard, okay. Crack open the back for me if you wouldn't mind. This is also something that you've changed from the standard ASV, is that correct?
Correct. You'll see that we have steel panels around the back of the machine here, and we have 4 panels that are toolless that open up to give you good access for your maintenance points in the back here, as well as the ability to clean out your coolers. The other thing here is you'll notice that our coolers are all separate. Back here we have our radiator and split hydraulic cooler. We have our air-to-air cooler up here, and then our condenser is mounted on the back of the roof, powered by an electric fan.
Okay. Now, I want to directly hit on the topic of some guys saying, well, okay, but it just still looks like an ASV painted red, and my comeback is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So what Yanmar did was took the things that actually worked, because this is the framework of an RT75, one of my 2 favorite skid loaders of all time in history.
Sure.
So this is that frame with a different kind of suspension system. If a guy needs more of a construction style suspension system, ASV still has the open, let the water flow in, flow out type of a suspension system.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
You said something that we did not cover, and is it on the CTLs that what Yanmar likes to do to differentiate themselves from the competition is put more horsepower into a smaller package so that it feels like you're getting more performance out of the equipment?
Yeah, you're right. With the 3 mid-frame models that Yanmar created, they're both under that 75 horsepower threshold, so we don't have to use a DEF system on it. Very simple design. The ability to use a Yanmar engine and pair it with a Yanmar machine means that we have the ability to finely tune the package to get as much performance and efficiency out of the machine.
I still need to understand, we got to clarify the statement that you made where you said you're putting more horsepower into smaller machines. Is that in the CTLs or is that in the excavators? What is that actually referring to?
Yeah, really it's across the board. Yanmar has dedicated itself to being a compact equipment company, making the compact equipment as efficient as possible. So the more power and performance that we can fit into a smaller package, that's what we're all about.
So another thing that I want to shove this straight down your throat that I did not know when I came to Yanmar that I feel is worth its weight anywhere is that Yanmar has made the focus on reliability and not on the bells and whistles.
That's right.
That's almost like a key marker where in the presentation it showed where you guys were at and the sole focus was reliability. The president of your company said that people are buying these things and the problem is Yanmar doesn't service them because they don't come back in to get fixed for 9 years. That's a quote that I heard.
Yep.
There's machines that have gone out 9 years later and have never come back in for issues.
Yeah, I mean, it really goes to the heart of the Japanese culture of workmanship. It's to build a quality product that just performs. So in the machine, you know, we try to put as much technology in there as a customer wants to be productive, but not going over the top with a lot of technology that becomes cluttersome or that inhibits the performance of the machine, causing more issues than it, you know, prevents.
I don't like bells and whistles. I like a machine that will pay for itself day in, day out, and at the end of the day, I don't have to do anything with. I don't care about anything else. As an old school operator, I can make the machine sing and dance through skill and not fancy buttons.
Right.
All right, guys, in just a moment, you're going to see a really cool demonstration of a key feature that Yanmar has that I've actually never seen on any other skid loader. It may be out there, but I've never seen it. But I'm jumping in here because if you've ever wanted to try to support us in any way, shape, or form, or help us out, the best thing you can do now is go to the Dirt Monkey shop. That's where all of the tools, gear, and equipment that we have listed for sale, you can find in one place. And I've done this because over the years, I realized that we've got all of these amazing inventors out there with really cool things, but they suck at marketing it. They make the coolest possible thing, and then they make some really bad video to try to market it. And I've teamed up with all of these people to safely bring you guys the best products I possibly can in the safest possible environment to buy them. And I say safe because a couple things have happened. The scammers have started to take my videos, erase all the contact information off of them using AI, and then they're selling these products and never delivering anything. The only place you can get anything that I endorse is over at the Dirt Monkey shop, but we got something really cool happening right now, and this is massive giveaways. My goal, my dream for many, many, many years has been to be able to create something that gives the dream to someone else, passes on the ability for someone to start their own business, start their own dream. And what's going on right now at the Dirt Monkey shop is that we're doing giveaways where we're not just giving away something here or something there. Like the giveaway we have going right now is a Yakta lawnmower, $15,000 in Crest power tools, powered wheelbarrows, everything that a guy needs to go out and start his own company. And we're also doing something special. We have a line of merchandise for the first time ever. You guys know I've never tried to shove anything down your throats. I've never tried to sell you anything. I've never asked you for anything in any way, shape, or form. But now I'm finally starting to ask because the Dirt Monkey shop could use your support. So if you ever need anything, go over there and check it out. If you want to have a chance to win really cool stuff, go over there and check it out. And our giveaways are going to get bigger and better. I promise you. They're going to get massive if everything works out the way we want it to. So we're gonna jump back in and we're gonna see this really cool demonstration, but I'm gonna ask you guys to help us out by going over and visiting thedirtmonkeyshop.com. Now back to the video.
So like I said, I'll go inside the cab, I'll show you guys the controls. Whichever tire you want to start with is up to you. But no stacking of the tires down here and putting it on the pole. you're going to pick up one tire individually, put it on the pole. If you want to pull away from it and let it drop, that's up to you. The second tire that you put up there, we're going to do the dual direction self-leveling. So pick it up in dual direction self-leveling and drop it all the way to the bottom in dual direction self-leveling. So that way you understand how it works in both positions. Once you dropped the second tire and you back away to where the machine's at right now, the time will stop. If you drop a tire, it's a 10-second adder. If you knock over the pole, it's a 30-second adder. So precision is key here. What's that?
The dual direction
This one,
self-leveling
yeah.
is
It's just
he's
kind of
referring to. It's a new feature, and a lot of companies will level
Any
that bucket as you
questions?
go up. So it always, as you're going up, it'll always
All
stay
up in the
level.
machine and-
But now Yanmar has it so it'll stay level going up and down. So you're never gonna tip it one way or another way. So if he drops the tire, he loses points. If he knocks the post over, he loses points. It's all about precision. Really what they want to do is demonstrate the self-leveling feature up and down and let operators get to experience that for themselves. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. So this is, he's not an inexperienced operator. He's the first one that jumped in. He's obviously not just an operator. So now he's going to use the self-leveling, and we get to see what that looks like with somebody that may be an average guy that you hire off from a job site. Well, he's all set. All right, I take that back. I don't think he used the button, and I've sped this clip up because I just didn't want you waiting. So I'm gonna go next and I'm gonna use the button. I'm gonna button it, boys. So I'm gonna do it normal the first time and then button it the second time. Trickier than you'd think. All right, let's just assume he gets it done. So I'm going to actually put it into the mode on the second go around so we can just, I'm just going to let her buck. I'm going to let it do all of the work. All right. So when I say button or no button, this first go around is no button, meaning I'm doing all of the leveling. As I go up, I'm doing the leveling, and as I go down, I'm doing the leveling. Yanmar has the dual leveling button, so we'll use that on the next go around and just demonstrate the differences. Now, this is a contest that you may encounter. Yanmar is doing this nationwide, and if you do see this contest out there, I highly encourage you to give it a try, because I now have the course record and you have to try to beat my time. And I'll guarantee you, if you do beat my time, I'll come back and lick it. I will beat that time so much faster. This was me taking it easy. If you beat my record, I'll come back and actually try next time.
let's go after that.
Good job, Stan.
All right, let's go check out the Yanmar V7. Now, Yanmar has a number of these different sizes. I think it's a 10, 8, 10, and then 12 is the largest. So let's just see what we've got cooking up in here, and then let's give her a test run. Slick out here. The ASV undercarriage is different because it's open. And one of the things that I want to personally bring up is, let's just show you the big difference between ASV and Yanmar. They're sister companies, but it's all about the undercarriage. So here we've got a steel track system, as you see here, and here we've got an open. So everything is designed to come in and out. And personally, this has been, in my opinion, the best track system that I've operated. Some people are finding issues with the bogey wheels. They have this rubber coating, and this rubber coating is sacrificial. It's not meant to last. That is meant to, if it chips off, wears off, it turns into the steel coating underneath, which is where most people start, including Yanmar. So their bogey wheels don't have a rubber coating at all. With ASV, their rubber coating just extends track life and extends your entire undercarriage life. It's just an extra wear component that they slap on top of where everybody else starts. You know what, before I go, I want to find out about this control real quick. Frank, could you explain that control to me real quick on this thing? So there's a secret sauce to here.
So this is your creep mode. Right now we are in standard operation mode.
Okay.
Which will just operate as normally. I think it's 2400 RPM that it'll go up to. Next is eco mode. We'll have a snail on the display. Not a snail, ECO.
Yep.
And that eco mode is going to derate the engine and save you approximately a quarter gallon per hour. So over a 4-hour shift, you'll save a gallon of gas, diesel fuel. And then you get to creep mode. Now the engine RPM and your speed are operated independently. So if I move this up, now my engine RPM, I'm getting full power.
Full power to your hydraulics.
Yes. And then as I push the throttle pedal, I'll go very slow. And if I want to increase my speed, I simply slide that dial up and set it at the speed that I need.
So if you have an attachment that needs full power,
Yep,
but you don't need your machine at full power, full speed, this lets you dial it in right to where you want it.
Exactly where you need it, yes.
Anybody else doing that?
There's some other creep modes out there. I haven't seen one with a system like this.
I have never
How it
seen that
dials,
either.
Just so simple, very intuitive, and you are, anybody can get up in there and run a creep mode without having to learn any type of, dialing something in or typing in a certain mile per hour. You can just fine tune it just as you need
I
it.
always get in trouble at these events because I always do something that I shouldn't. So I'm going to try not to today. Let's just run her. Here's our full control panel. Bluetooth radio, everything else we need. Parking brake. This is that special button that self-regulates. This is it right here. You got your ride control, and you got the rest of it. Looks like we're in some clay. Shoot, I'm not even goes. Up on the two front bogies and just go. But no, I'll be nice. Still want to do it. Heavy wet Georgia clay. They'd never allow me back in if I did that. She doesn't stop. That's a good amount. So what I'm demonstrating here is you're going to see me lift that bucket about halfway up. And I'm going forward and I'm stopping. And if you watch, you're going to see how stable this machine is. If I was in any other piece of equipment, when I went forward and stopped, I normally can get the back end to come up and then I can hold it and keep running with it. I've done it in wheeled machines and track machines. It's not tough to do, but it's almost impossible to do in an ASV and a Yanmar because you're just stuck to the ground. You can't get one of these to wheelie if your life depended on it. ASVs are so freaking stable. And by rights, Yanmar them. I can't get this to do it. I'm gonna try. I gotta go higher. There we go. We didn't really wheelie it, but we at least got her to bounce. That's how stable these things are. Another cool thing, this has automatic 2-speed. Whoa, 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 whoa. So you can kick this, you can control where it shifts from single speed into 2-speed automatically. So instead of actually clicking a button and activating 2-speed, it'll actually go into it on its own. In the ASV VT100. It's right there. Let's take you for a ride. Let's take you for a joyride. That was my first time ever being in a Yanmar. Is somebody going to say that's what she said? Ooh, that's a nice cab. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be the same cab, but there's just something about ASV I like. I always liked ASV. Okay, this is a bigger machine. Speed's already on this one. Yeah, this is a big dog right here. This is a horse. This machine wants to work. It's like, don't park me. Let's go. Great backup camera. Watch this. Rink. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, see if we can't stall her out. Let's wet Georgia clay. She's been raining all day. She's a mud hole. Let's go. Pegged. Pegged. Tracks are spinning. Spinning. Look at that. Spinning. Look at that. She's just going. No, it didn't even, the machine, the sound, it didn't even slow down. It's just pegged. It's just like, yep, we're going. You want to go forward? All right, let's go forward. Let's do this. Look at that. That's the worst feeling in the world, when you hit a pile like this and your machine goes, ugh, pukes out on you. Okay, this is what you call elbows deep. Take your elbow and your arm, and they've wanted to create this design that allowed you to be able to reach everything right from your elbow forward. I mean, I got a ton of space here, so everything is right there, so you guys aren't stretching, reaching. When it comes to maintenance, so easy to get right at everything. All right, let's take a quick peek at accessibility on these. So you have a top hatch, that allows you to get in, do whatever you got to do, but if you need better access than that, close that up. Now everything lifts up. So access to the top or access all the way. So they did make it pretty easy to work on these things. What's hiding under the flat, boys? Ding! You know, that's like, oh my god, how cheap that is. Actually, I like it. This is a thought to me. They're going the extra distance to keep rocks from penetrating. Just an extra layer of cush between you and the battery, and an extra layer of insulation if you're in a northern area. Not much, but sometimes every little bit helps. Robert's got a tiny stick, but I always like to shut my mouth and just carry a big stick. So the ASV undercarriage is designed to allow everything that flows in to flow out. Test of the undercarriage. Well, you ain't messing around. You're trying to jam it in there, aren't you? Oh, you did get it in there. She got a toothpick in her. Rolls it out. Okay, second test. We got a big rock jam between the bogies. All right, let's go. Still jammed. Still jammed. Now what happens? Alright, I guess we cleared that pretty easy. What are we looking at with this?
So this is our C30R carrier. It's a 5,800 pound unit that has a 5,500 pound payload. Simple to own, simple to operate, real straightforward, easy controls, travel around and do your dump.
Show me the seat.
And if you really want, you can rotate the seat around. Drive around this way as well.
And face your work. Up. Can I try it, Zach? Okay, Zach, tell me about that machine we were just in real quick.
So that is our C30R compact track carrier, and it's more of a multi-terrain carrier unit. It's a 5,800 pound unit and can have a payload of a little over 5,500 pounds. So when you're trying to haul material on terrain like your normal wheeled units aren't going to go, or even on a basic job site, it can transport that load about 7 miles an hour. Has a rotating seat, so you can change the direction you're facing versus fully changing the direction of the machine when you want. And it also comes in a couple different options of what we had there was our one-way dumper, so it's a more basic unit, but we also have a swivel dumper model. So you'll be able to rotate that dump body and dump to the side as well.
Perfect, thank you. All right, guys, well, that's gonna do it for this video, but what do you think of this Yanmar equipment? I learned a lot by just going out there. And one of the things that I really like is the fact that their focus is on reliability. It's not on trying to impress us with all these new buttons and gadgets and things that make it do this and things that make it do that, because that's the sign of a weak operator. A good operator can do everything that all those buttons and gadgets can do. Most everything. But a second question, I have a question for you guys. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? Because here in Minnesota, we've had an entire week of insane temperatures. I mean, it's incredible. And of course, my office has 0 air conditioning. That's why my wife let me use this room for my office, because it doesn't have any air in the summer and the heat in the winter really sucks. But I have an electric heater, so whatever. But wherever you guys are, I hope you have air conditioning, you have heat, and you have love, because that's the best thing in life. And I love the fact that I have you guys going along for the ride. But that's it for this video. God bless, and go get him, you guys. I hope everything that happens to you is absolutely amazing. See you guys on another one.